Hello, learners, fellow seekers, and mind explorers. Glad you came across Ascent Alchemist, a channel where we all develop deep, fascinating, and strive to unlock our inner potential. In today's video, you are going to delve into an well organized summary of the courage to be disliked. Let's ignite our curiosity and make sure you put all your focus on the video. The main ideas shared in the book are that anyone can change, anyone can be happy, and everyone can develop courage. Before reading the full book, the author had first watched a summary on YouTube. They also heard that many people find the book hard to understand in the beginning, but it said that everything starts to make sense by the time you get to the fourth night in the book. The book is written as a conversation that takes place over the 5 nights between two people, a philosopher and a young man. The philosopher lives on the edge of a very old city and believes that world is actually simple and happiness is something everyone can reach at any moment. The young man, on the other hand, feels unhappy with his life. He thinks the world is messy and confusing, and the idea of happiness sounds silly to him. Now, let's talk about simple summary of the book's 5 nights. The philosopher introduces a surprising idea. Trauma isn't what shape your future. Instead of believing that bad things from the past control how you live now, he says that we use those past events to explain our current behavior. In other words, it's not I can't do this because something bad happened to me, but more like I don't want to do it, so I'm using my past as an excuse. He also explains that we all live in a subjective world, which means we don't see the world as it is. We see it based on our feelings, thoughts, and past experiences. It's like wearing colored glasses. If you are wearing blue glasses, everything you see looks blue. The idea is if you change your way of thinking, the world around you can feel different too. The philosopher says that almost every problem in the life comes from how we relate to other people. Whether it's family issues, feeling insecure, being jealous, or wanting to be better than others, it all comes down to our relationships. Comparing ourselves to others and feeling less, acting like we are better than others, wanting to get back at the people, blaming others instead of taking responsibility, and struggling to grow emotionally and mentally. To tackle these kind of problems, he also gave the solution to us that he says we should learn to admit when we are wrong. Also say sorry when we hurt someone and stop trying to control or win in the relationships. Doing these things doesn't make you weak. It makes you strong and peaceful inside. Let's come in towards third night. This night introduces a tough but powerful idea. Stop trying to do things that are other people's responsibility. For example, you can't force someone to like you. Also, you can't live your life trying to make someone happy. And you can give advice or support, but you can't control how others react or what they do with it. The philosopher calls this other people tasks. Your job is to focus on your own tasks, your own choices, behavior, and responsibilities. Many people get stuck at this part of the book, but it feels very different from what we have been taught. But the author encourages you to keep going because it all becomes clear in the next session. Now, talking about fourth night, yes, the philosopher talks about how we often feel like a world revolves around us, but in reality, we are just one part of a much bigger picture. Not everyone will like us, and that's okay. Some people won't care about us, and others might even dislike us, and we don't need to change ourselves just to be accepted. Instead, focus on these questions: what can I give to this person, and how can I be helpful to them right now? Okay, the last night teaches us to live with sincerity and presence right here, right now. We all want to feel useful, like our life means something. But how others see your contributions isn't something you can control, right? You may help someone and never know the impact you had. That's okay. What's important is that you feel inside that you are being useful and doing your best. Also, the philosopher says we should treat others as equals, not higher or lower than us, but as comrades. We are all walking our own paths side by side. When we stop trying to earn praise or approval and start focusing on how we can serve others, we begin to feel a deep sense of worth and happiness. This mindset gives us the courage to be disliked, the strength to keep doing what's right, even if not everyone supports or notices us. You stop needing to prove yourself and instead you simply contribute and live with confidence. In the end, the goal is not fame or being important, but simply is that I feel like I'm useful to someone and I'm doing something meaningful. And that simple feeling is enough to live a happy and fulfilling the life. So, to wrap it all up, the first night taught us that our past doesn't control our future. We have the power to change no matter what we have been through. The second night reminded us that most of our struggles came from how we relate to others. By taking responsibility and letting go of comparisons and blame, we find peace. The third night challenged us to stop carrying the weight of other people's problems. When we focus on what's truly our task, life gets a lot lighter. The fourth night showed us that we don't need to approval from everyone. By contributing from the heart and doing what's right, we find true confidence even when we stand alone. And finally, the fifth night taught us to live honestly right here, right now. Our value doesn't come from the recognition, but from the quiet belief that I am useful to someone. So, if you are feeling lost, judged, or stuck in the past, this book is a reminder that happiness is not something to be chased, it's something you can choose right now. Thanks for the watching. If this helped you in any way, like, share, and drop a comment below. And always remember, you have the courage to be disliked.